Welcome to our special report on the Hamilton girls track team. Today we're diving into the lives of multi-event athletes, the ones who compete in more than one race, jump, or throw. We'll hear from the athletes themselves and their coach about the challenges, motivation, and mindset it takes to do it all. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Rocker Orlando, and today we're highlighting the grind and greatness of Hamilton's multi-event track athletes. What's it like to train for so many events? How do they stay locked in? We talked to some of the team's best to find out.
Tag here. Who am I here with?
Jayla Breedy.
Alrighty. And then you are on girls track, correct? It's going to be what events do you compete in and which one is your favorite?
I competed in shot put and discus, and shot put is my favorite.
Great. And how do you balance training for so many different events?
For those two events, it's not really that much of a difference. It's more so about like strength and everything. So I just basically train the same.
Is it hard for you to switch from one event to another during a meet?
It can be, depending on how far apart the events are and like how well I'm competing in one. So like I don't want to transfer over the energy from one event to another.
Yeah. And what is the biggest challenge of being a multi-event athlete?
Like I said, just balancing and making sure like I don't let one event affect the rest of the meet for me, because I'm more so better at shot put. So like if I get third in shot, I'm just not gonna be as happy with like how I perform when I go to discus. So I don't want to transfer that over.
How does doing multiple events make you an overall better athlete?
I feel like it makes me more versatile, and I feel like that transfers into like life and athlete in general, because like I don't know, it just makes me better.
Thank you for your interview.
Balancing multiple events takes more than just physical training. It takes mental toughness, time management, and support from coaches and teammates.
All right, Christian here. Who am I here with?
Lola Warren.
All right. What events do you compete in and which one is your favorite?
4x4, 2x4, and long jump, and my favorite is the 4x4.
All right. How do you balance training for so many different events in track?
Normally I do half the sprint workout and half the long jump workout to try to get both in.
Okay. Does competing in multiple events ever wear you down or affect your performance?
No, it does not.
All right. How do you mentally prepare for events when you have to switch from one to another?
I make sure I'm warm for all the events and make sure I get the right stretches in and everything.
Okay. Do the skills you use in track help you in other sports that you play, like basketball?
Yes, it helps in basketball a lot.
Have you ever had to choose between focusing on one event or others? Like, which one would you rather focus on out of the three?
I would mostly focus on the 4x4 out of the other two.
Okay. I'll just do one more question. What's your pre-meet routine when you know you'll be competing in 3 events?
Normally I start with stretches for long jumping, and then I start with sprints for the other ones.
All right. Thank you for your time.
It's a demanding schedule. For these athletes, performance in one event can directly impact another. That's where leadership and coaching come in.
All right. Hi, we're here with Mr. Nicey. We're going to ask you a couple questions about the girls' track team.
Gotcha.
First question, what's the benefit of having athletes who can compete in multiple events?
The benefit is, from a standpoint of scoring points, obviously if you're a really good athlete, you can score a lot of points. But really, the main benefit is just working on different parts of athleticism and being able to work on endurance, work on speed, work on explosiveness.
Cool. Second question, how do you help them manage their workload and avoid burnout?
One of the main things that we do is, for practice, we have hard days and easy days.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times if they're in a field event, on the easy day, they'll go work on that field event. So it doesn't really interrupt the hard track work.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is I never let anybody do more than 3 events in a meet.
Perfect. And then third question, do you see their performance in one event affecting how they do in others?
It depends on the order of things. So just for instance, Saturday, Eliana was in the triple jump, and then she was in the 400.
Mm-hmm.
and she did the prelims of the triple jump, and then she had to run the 400, and then she was in the finals of the triple jump, and we just pulled her from the finals of the triple jump because there's no way she was going to improve after running a 400. So you just kind of got to manage it.
Perfect. And then last question: How does being a multi-event athlete help them in other sports they play?
Well, especially if they play like a ball sport, you know, like basketball or soccer or something like that, or volleyball even. The ability to, as I said, mix together explosiveness, speed, and endurance into track and field helps them with those sports when they get into those other seasons.
Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you for letting us interview.
No problem.
In track, it's not just about being fast or strong. It's about heart, focus, and the willingness to keep showing up, event after event. Whether it's sprinting down the track or leaping into the pit, these multi-event athletes give everything they've got every time they compete. At Hamilton, it's not just one race, it's the full journey.